I'm not sure. Oh, there. That looks like we have some audio. Trying to get this back up and rolling here. Let's see if we have some audio here. There we go. It is working. Good. All right, so it's been a while, but I have been working on rebuilding ForgeRecipes.com. And I've gotten a little bit of the way going here. As you can see, they are starting to look somewhat similar. My resolution is probably pretty bad, so this is a 4K monitor. So I wanted to just put up a stream to see if people want to join, and yeah, so let's tweet about this in case people are interested. There's my code base, and there's my Twitter client. There we go. Switch accounts here. Streaming is really taking all my CPU, seems like. Yeah, let me move this Twitter thing off of here so don't bother you guys too much. Let's see here. Refresh. Will that do it? There we go. And we'll retweet from the Forge Recipes account. And I think we'll be off to the races. Maybe some people will join, maybe some people won't. We'll see. But either way, let's get going here. All right, let's see. What did I leave off on? I've changed this here. I have the cards I put the description on. And so I feel like that makes it look a little different. You know, we got slight changes. Obviously, like this is just placeholder text, but if you put real code in there, it does show everything here. And I think I'm going to do away with Discus. I don't feel like there's enough commenting happening. Just that a little bit. So I think I'm going to bail on that, but I do need to implement clone. When you're logged in, obviously you'll have an edit button or delete button. We've had some issues with production Forge Recipes where it's not really working. Some things aren't really working. So I'm working on fixing that up while I'm rebuilding it. But we do have a all recipes thing, which is kind of like the new recipes on this side. As you can see, like the new recipes on the existing site literally shows everything. And so I just renamed it to all recipes because it's not really new recipes. It is sorted by latest, but yeah, they're all in there. That was a very interesting one with the cutoff there. Anyways, so we have staff picks, which I haven't implemented here yet. So maybe we can tackle that first and then get into some other options. So we'll go to Visual Studio Code here. I will full screen and I will also increase font size, excuse me. Hopefully that's good enough for you guys to read. If not, let me know in the chat. I do have it up. Not sure if anybody's watching, but I do have the live chat up. So put a little message out here. Alrighty. So let me close out everything I had going. I just moved my sidebar to the right side, so if I get a little crazy with that, that'll be why. But yeah. All right, so we need a staff picks route. So let's take a look at what routes we have here. So web routes and our auth. We don't need an auth because should be able to see it anywhere. So what's the current URL? Because it'd be nice to keep it. So it's /pix. So let's just replicate that. So we'll do pix and recipes.pix, we'll say. And let's see. How about staff pix controller? Arson make controller. And I kind of want to think it's more of an index route, so I'm going to change this to index. And we'll get our index method. And then we're going to return all our recipes where, and if I'm not mistaken, create recipes table, it is. All right, we have actually a relationship. So recipe has a relationship of staff pick and an is staff pick attribute. So it's like where has staff pick, I think. I'm not sure that'll do it, but let's see. So since we're just returning it, let's go to /pix and see what we get here. No, gotta import the class. All right, so we have no staff picks right now. Let's see if that's consistent. Yeah, so that's consistent. So let's go ahead and open up my database. Oh, let me get this over here. So let me get into Valet here. We'll go to Forge recipes and staff picks. So staff picks is just has a recipe ID. So let's just go ahead and add number 4, whatever that is, and it should show up here. Yep, see, we got staff pick. So now if we go to picks, we should at least see one. Looks like we do see one. It's good. And if we look at the existing staff picks, it just lists all of those like that. So we can probably just copy some other views that we have, right? So we'll call this pix equals, and then we'll return the view and call it recipes. Pix. So here, resources, views, recipes. I'm probably just going to duplicate this index one and just name it pix. And reach pix as recipe. We'll print out the recipe card, which is a partial that I've created, so I don't have to keep replicating it everywhere. And with any luck, define variable pix. Interesting. Oh yeah, I gotta send it through, huh? With pix. I really like this syntax here because I used to always get confused as to which one needs to go first. Is it the name of the thing, then the variable? I obviously don't get confused anymore with this because I know that this is the name of it and then this is the value. I don't know if other people like that syntax, but I like it. So, and there you go. So now we got our one staff pick. it would be nice to add like a see more awesome recipes button at the bottom here, so we can quickly get to all recipes. I'm pretty sure that's where that goes, is to what? Does that just go to picks? It does. So this button doesn't really work very well, because on the home page it goes, yeah, it goes to /recipes, which is all recipes. Yeah, same URL here, but yeah, so we should just update that to go to recipes, I think. So now we can update the navigation for create recipes picks can go to /picks, and we'll use the route just in case we ever change it. Recipes picks. That's that. And so if we refresh here, we should be able to get to the picks. That's good. It does say new recipes. Obviously, that's not what we want. So we'll add some stuff here. Let's see. Picks. We'll add this down here. So let's do an H3. Let's do text brand green darker. What does that look like? Let's go. What's this green look like? Slightly different. Yeah, I'll do a maybe a margin top of 4. Yeah, it's a little better. I don't like it bold though. Font thin. I like that. I'm gonna remove the text small maybe. Yeah, that looks a little better. All right, so that's good for that. So let's see if we can get this button on here. All right, so we have our flex wrap. So let's add another flex. I'll create a div, and let's create a button. Be easier just to have a link rather. So we'll send it to route recipes then index, and then what do we have? See more awesome recipes. And let's get our tailwind on here. So let's see, padding X4, padding Y2, font, or rather text Excel, border brand green, and then hover border or hover BG brand green, and then I have a class for easing, which handles the, yeah, see, look at that. Obviously we have some work to do here. So I don't know if we want text Excel, might just want text large. Well, it doesn't really need to be large, but we do want rounded corners. I think probably want like a, probably don't even need flex. We can probably just change this to be text center. And we definitely want like a no underline. Yeah. And we probably want to increase the border if we want to keep it consistent with the other version, which I kind of like their button. That's nice. So maybe like a border 4? Like we're not getting border changes. Border 4, 8, what? Why aren't we getting border changes? Well, let's see if we have the classes on here. Yeah, border 8. I don't know why border 8 isn't working. Border width. Oh, okay, so instead of border, we just need border sizing. There we go. That's a little too much. There you go. All right. So now I'm actually thinking we want the text smaller. We obviously need to pick the color of the text. So let's see, we need text brand green and hover text white. And then let's see, text small. Maybe font bold too. Like it's hard to read the text. Yeah. It's a little, I don't know. We have a medium weight. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Add some more padding, I think we do pretty good. So why? Take me too large of a button? Yeah, too large of a button. Can we do 6? It's still pretty large. I wonder if we just do padding 4 all the way around, if it work out better. Yeah, that's pretty decent. We just need to give some margin top to this guy. Space it off the cards a little bit. I think I'm gonna add some bottom margin also. Kim, hey, how's it going? I'm working on a rewrite of ForgeRecipes.com. I took it over from David Hemphill a while back, and I had plans to do test-driven development on it, but I don't know. I kind of let it sit for a while, but now I'm back into it. So I'm just trying to build it as quick and efficient as possible, and then probably do some writing some tests after the fact, which, not really TDD, but it is what it is. Basically, the main idea is to upgrade it from replicate features 1-for-1 right now. Get it upgraded to the latest version of Laravel 5.7, and then I want to add some features. Some of the features I want to add are, I think it'd be really cool to be able to hook up your Forge API key and be able to have ForgeRecipes.com just go ahead and put those recipes into your Forge account for you. So if you like a recipe, rather than copying it and pasting it and all that stuff, you can just say send to Forge. And I think that'd be really sweet. The other thing is adding kind of like a like system to where people can put little stars on ones that they like, and so each one will have a rating. So the highest rated ones, the more popular ones would just have more stars or hearts or something like that. Or maybe we can have like little anvils. I don't know, because of Forge. Yeah, so lots of plans, but right now just trying to replicate features 1-for-1, and then yeah, we'll see where it goes. So, but yeah, so we got that button in there. We replicated that, and just to make sure, let's throw some more staff picks in here and make sure it looks good. There we go. Form in there looks pretty good still. Click see more, and that should take us to our recipes, and you can see the staff picks are called out. Perfect. All right, so what are we going to do at this point? So that's staff picks. So that's kind of like the public facing stuff, right? You can, if you hit create a recipe, it's going to ask you to log in. I don't even have create a recipe showing until you log in, so that's good. Or, well, I mean, I guess we could create a link for it, but it would still take it to log in. You got new recipes. The home page currently doesn't have some of the styling that the old one has, right? So this like top section, or the why does this site exist, or the see more awesome one. So we could add our button over there. So let's commit this stuff first. Open up me some Git Kraken. We'll commit this because it's a nice little piece of code, and then we'll move on to the next piece. All right, there we go. I'm still just in master because why not? Wow, this much changes, huh? Apparently I was doing some work before. Let's see what we got here. We set some defaults here. Is this? Yeah, let me get this bigger. You guys can see some of your stuff here. So apparently I made some tailwind changes for some sizing. I think I was working on the logo. Yeah, see here's the recipe card that I changed. Yep. So let me see if I can pull out all the stuff that I changed before. Yep, recipes create. Let's get all that stuff out. Pix is new. The create page I was working on. Recipe card I was working on. Nav. Wow. I think I'm just going to have to throw all this in because this is a lot of changes. Staff, Pix controller, recipes. Okay. So we'll just call this recipe create and staff Pix. It's probably not large enough for the view. Can we zoom? Where's the zoom here? Does it normally let you zoom when you're got stuff? There we go. Zoom 130. That's the best you can get, I guess. All right, sorry. Looks like that's all we're getting. All right. So let's close everything out. What do we want to focus on now? Let's copy this button over and maybe add this little section here. Should be real easy to add. So we'll add welcome. So right now we're just pulling in the partial recent recipes. So let's get a flex div. Well, probably don't need, well, yeah. So we will, do I want to do a flex div? Let's check what layout it has real quick. What did I have in here? So yield content is a container with MX Auto. Which probably makes sense. At this point, we could probably do a flex call. Oh, whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. Get back over here. Come on, I only need one tab. If we throw this in here, now we can add a BG white div, and this will have the text down here, right? And so what's my name? Luck. Yep. So here we go. All right. So because it's in a container, we're actually going to need a separate. This content, it actually needs to be outside of this. No, that's going to mess with a lot of stuff. Because we would need to move this container MX Auto into all the ones that have the content, which makes sense if we want to do like basically want to do like a full white background for this whole section, similar to how they have here. It's a little hard to see, but there's a color change here, and we'd want to replicate that same color change, preferably. So, how do we want to do this? So, I mean, I could yield like a CTA section, like a call to action section. And in this case, it would just be, for this, and then only use it on the welcome page. That would be the quickest fix. So I think I'm just going to do that because, yeah, because it'll be easy. And I don't want to spend too much time on it. So now, there we go. So now it goes from side to side all the way. And we'll definitely be modifying this, but that's good. And then, see, this has a margin top of 8, which we don't want anymore. We want this to have a margin Y of 8, a padding of 8 probably. Yeah. Oh, we still got a margin there somehow. What do we lose here? Oh, yeah, we don't want any margin actually. We'll just take the padding. That'll kill this space here. Exactly. Zachary. Okay, so we probably want to container this and MX auto this. And then that should still work. Oh, no, see, the container didn't work, so we actually need to create a div that goes inside this. Like that, and that should get our text in here. And so we're going to wrap this in H1, and we'll just make these each H3s. Decent, not great, but decent. Swamp bin, good enough. Swamp bin is not working for some reason. There you have font thin. Oh, I know why, because they're bold, so. Yeah, I think you're going to need to do font thin on all these. Yep. So, tailwind, font. Oh, wait, let's look at this real quick, because there's thin and there's like medium. So we have light. So let me try light. It obviously depends on the weight of the font we have and whether or not we have multiple weights. Which does not look like we do. At least not enough for a light. Let's see what else we got here. We got normal. Let's try normal at the very least. Yeah, a little better. Alright, so I actually think this needs to be like 4XL or something. And we have these two. Margin bottom 3 of these. This doesn't really need a margin bottom. Some space. It's pretty nice. Let's do the top one some more though. Like I want some 6. Nice. And then let's do text brand green. Let's do text gray dark. Get a little off the yeah, I think we need more padding. Yep, and then a margin top of 8. Yep. And I think we're actually going to want in the recent, see recent recipes. And then we need to take that staff picks blade file and copy this here to here. That's interesting. MX8 is not, oh, that's X. Marginal I. I don't know why you would have an MX8 at all on that. There we go. We probably want a 16. There you go. So yeah, so our homepage is looking more like the old one. Looking better. I wonder if that front thing says something else if you're already logged in. Let me go and log in real quick. Ah, so that banner, the front banner, actually disappears if you're logged in. So this thing is just gone. Gone, gone, gone. All right, so we added this homepage. We've added the button. I don't know how I feel about the header on the existing site. I mean, it's not bad. I just don't know what else to put in place of it. Because I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's not terrible. I just don't know. I feel like it could be something better, but if I can't come up with anything, I don't know what else to do, right? Like, it is what it is, you know. If you can't fix it, or if you can't, can't beat it, might as well leave it alone, right? So, let me see. All right, well, we can just add these stuff, I guess, right? So, we added our call to action center. We added welcome. Okay, so add CTA and see more button. Easy little commit, not too hard to make. Sorry, I have my phone. I'm trying to see if I can. Yeah, here we go. Real time views. 4 hours. Discovery audience. Playlist. Well, it's still running, isn't it? Stream still going, yeah. Very interesting. I was trying to see if I could pull up the chat on my phone or whatever to make it a little easier on me, but that's okay. All right, so we got that, and let's log in, and we'll look at the login situation. I really need to fix that. It's so hideous. I mean, compared to this, I don't know if I like the box, but you know, having something is better than nothing. Well, let's work on that. Let's work on the login page. All right, so right now everything's teal. So anything that's teal should really change to brand green. And that should help a lot. Yeah. I kind of like the more traditional login page. The other thing is, right now the login has the footer, but it really needs to, like a flex one here. Yeah, see, I mean, this is flex, but the app is not. Yeah, so if you had some classes here like flex, flexcom, right, and then you added on the container flex1. Well, no, that's not gonna work because it's you need to add on. What happened here? Oh, I added flexing. There you go. We added flex1 here, but I think you need to be like height screen. Yeah. So height is the screen, and that'll make you. Yeah. I need to probably change the footer to be a sticky footer, which I think Tailwind has some nice ways to do it. How often do I stream, Kim? I was on Larastream for a little while, and I got real busy, switched jobs, some other stuff, and so I stopped streaming for a little bit. This is actually my first stream back on. And I was going to do Twitch, but it doesn't seem like they saved the videos, and I'd like to have the videos saved. So I'm on YouTube. I was on Larastream. There's some stuff on Larastream still, but they're having issues with their streaming. Who they use to stream has changed their API, so they have to fix that stuff first. But oh wow, oh yeah, it auto loads, which is no good. 9 months ago. I think it wasn't done that long ago, was it? Maybe it was. It's been a while. Let's see. Is it just a user like that? Nope. I'm trying to find if there's a way to get to my user account. Okay, here we go. So Larastream / @VMitchell85 will show you my different stuff. So here's one on rebuilding Forge recipes. Yeah. So I've actually, since this one, which was a while ago, I haven't really done much. I did one after this, I think, but it didn't get saved because of some settings and stuff. So I guess that was March of last year. Wow. So I've been off for a while. I'm trying to pick it back up because I really enjoy it. Even just talking out loud while you're coding, for anybody that's listening is, I feel like can really help with, helping you to figure out, wow, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, write better code because you have to think about it enough to explain it to somebody. It's like that whole rubber ducky development method. I don't know if you heard of that. Let me see. Rubber duck debugging. Yeah. rubberduckdebugging.com. Here you go. So yeah. Beg, borrow, steal, and fabricate. Obtain a rubber duck bathtub variety. Place rubber duck on desk and inform it you are just going to go over some code with it, if that's all right. Explain to the duck what your code is supposed to do, then go into detail and explain your code line by line. At some point, you will tell the duck what you are doing next, and then realizing that is not in fact what you are actually doing, the duck will sit there serenely, happy in the knowledge that it's helped you on your way. In a pinch, a coworker may be able to substitute for the duck. However, it's often preferred to confide mistakes to the duck instead of your coworker. So, yeah, this is the same sort of idea, except you, at least tonight, are my rubber duck. So if I say something crazy, you can be like, no, you actually forgot to do that thing over there, and then I can try to fix it, right? So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, footer. So the footer, maybe I opened footer not found. What? Partials. Oh, interesting. What? How did I lose a footer file? Oh, there is no footer. It's a separate, it's just here. Okay. So let's go back to tailwind, there is like a sticky, yeah, position sticky. So static to position element according to normal flow of the document. Relative, absolute, relative, sticky. What's sticky do again? Sticky. Use sticky to position an element as a relative until it crosses a specified threshold and treat as fixed until its parent is off screen. Offsets are calculated. Okay, so it's not exactly the same, right? So like this is it's sticky until it's there. Is there any component examples for, yeah, let me see, like tailwind, horse, footer. Basically, I'm trying to see if there's a better way to do the, yeah, here we go, like sticky footer using tailwind CSS. Exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah. Oh, see, he's got it completely pinned there, and I want it to. I guess the question is like, what happens? So footer, we don't want it there. We want it down there, but the real question is, so this is the HTML I have. Let me see here. So he's got a footer. Yeah, so flex column height full, right? So the problem with this is, yeah, the height is always going to be the window height, and so if your content becomes larger, it's not really going to work. So I don't know if I want a sticky footer or well, I mean, come to think of it, I mean, look, their footer's right here. So they didn't even bother like trying to push it down at all, right? So do I need to worry about that? Probably not, really. So let's not worry about it. Let's just keep going with this. So at the very least, I'm going to do, let's see, medium padding x minus 0.1, which is odd. Padding x is 6, so I'm going to like do like margin bottom 8 to try to create some space here. That's a little better. That's about the same top and bottom. I'm also going to change this text to white because I think this is going to look better with the card here. And at that, I think I'm just going to leave it because that's pretty good. Register, we need to do the same thing, so let's clean this up a little bit. So find it where it says teal, we'll do brand green, and then this we're going to make white as well, and we'll do a margin bottom of 8, and there we go. Looks pretty good. I think it's sufficient at the very least. Alright, so I'm assuming that I messed this up with this one here. So let's take this out. Let's go back to the login page. Yeah. Alright, so it's not the prettiest login page ever, but it works, and we can always improve in the future when I start getting into changing features. Alright, so let's go ahead and commit that. Update off page UI. Pushing it up. Alright, so now let's go ahead and log in. And we'll log in over here, and no, I don't want to save it. Okay, so at recent recipes, we do have create recipe here and create a recipe here, and I've made them look very similar. We have a submit button. We do need more length down here, so let's just go ahead and create blade. Margin bottom 8. We have our form, and then last here. So this here, we probably just want margin bottom 8. And that should give us some space down here for the footer. Yep. It's probably pretty good. We can create a recipe. Now we have this my recipe pages, which currently doesn't have anything. So users slash whatever. So now we need a new route. Web. And these ones you need to be, well, you don't need to be logged in to see it, right? Because if I go to a different user's page, it doesn't matter, and there's no edit button on here. So the edit and delete only show up here, and the edit. Okay, so it should be public to go to a user's page. So users, username. So maybe a user's controller. How about user recipe control, recipes controller? That would be your index, right? Because you're not going to the user's index or the show page for the user. It's not their profile, it's their recipes and its index. So maybe user.recipes.index. Sure. Alright, user recipes controller with method, with index, and then we're going to have user. And this is not the current user, it's going to be the user that's passed in via this username. I'm going to change this to user, which is going to be looked up from the username. And so what we'll do is we'll just return user right now and make sure that this controller is working. So we'll do users speed neutral 85 and 404. I do user. So it's basically saying it could not find that user. So user route model blind. So are we using the username as the what are they called? Get key. Yeah, I think it's get key. Turn username. Laravel get key. It's not get key. So yeah, what's this here? This looks almost like what I'm trying to do. What's this my subject for key's name? So let's give you that. Change default primary keys. Pretty much what we want. Protected primary key. That seems old. 2013. And what migrations? What am I doing? There we go. Probably got changed here. Which primary key? Something else. Mate, where ID, blah, blah, blah. Music press install 5.5. Work on where ID. Like I'm also assuming that each symbol's primary key name we call an ID. You may define a protected primary key property to override this convention. Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm just going to abandon route model binding because that's going to get us going faster and I'm tired of. So we're going to do username, and then we're going to do user where username, first or fail. Now we have our user. Now we're going to return user recipes. And we already have that imported usernames here. Let's go to the web route, change this to username. And with any luck, there's my recipes. Real question is, it seems like a lot. How many recipes are actually under my user ID? All of them. Okay. So let's just change a lot of these to not be me anymore. And make sure this shortens significantly. Yeah, there you go. Good. All right, so view, let's see, users.recipes. And we'll say with recipes. And we'll pass in these recipes. So now we can go down to routes. And we'll say create a new folder called users. And then we'll create a new file called recipes.blade. I think we can really go to this like picks page really, and then go to user recipes and paste all this in. Change this to recipes and remove this staff picks, right? But we can change this to be like the person's name. So username, which means we also need to pass the name, or they pass the user. With user, and recipes, this is, yeah. So, there we go. I definitely got some issues down here, but that's okay. There we go. So now it's, I obviously have, 8 recipes, and they're all showing. That's good. So it's pretty much the same thing here. Why is this doing some weird overlapping? We got a margin x8 flex, margin of 4. What is the issue? Flex must go margin. Yeah, so there's nothing here. So this is the app, and it ends there. So maybe the app just needs some. Yeah. I think it's because the app needs margin bottom. You know what, I think I'm just going to put some margin top on this guy. This is the footer instead. And then I might, on the app, actually add some padding. So padding Y8. And that'll give us some space on the other end. And then we can double check this here. Margin X, yeah, see this is supposed to be margin Y. We don't need that much explaining, there we go. And let's circle back to the thing. Oh, username, recipes, recipe user username, recipe card, plain. Oh, I know why. It's because I changed all these to be user 2 and we don't have a user 2. So you're getting an upgrade, Kim. Now you're actually in the code here. Well, on the database anyway. Bam. See, look, now you got recipes on my test system. Oh, I spelled your name wrong though. Gotta fix that. Fraser. There we go. Yeah, and then we can probably link these usernames to those user pages now, which will be nice, right? So my recipes should just go to your current user, so we could probably change the navigation for that. So my recipes is login register. Here we go. My recipes. So we're going to do route user.recipes, but we need to send a user, which I think you do user, or no, you do username, because that's the parameter, and then you're going to do auth user username, if I'm not mistaken. Route user, oh, it's probably users.recipes. Nope, what do we name the route? User recipes index. Yeah. There we go. So now if I click my recipes, bam, see? Yeah. All right. So now we got that set up. Yeah, so let's link. So when you go into one of these, let's link the username to that user's page. So we need like the show page for the recipe. And here's the username right here. So let's put that back in. So it's actually going to be /users/username, which is right here. So we'll just copy this here. And we're going to need some classes here. Class, no underline. And we also want text brand green to stay. So let's see what it looks like. Yeah. So you click that, takes you there. Good. All recipes. Your time to shine, Kim. Here you go. Bam. Look at all those recipes you got. So many recipes. All right. Pretty good. All right, let's commit this code. All right, so wire up user recipe pages. Look at that, we're getting pretty close. I've tried to keep some of the styles the same. Oh, that's going to bother me. Look at that. That was the micro show. Well, it's fine here. Yeah, see right there, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a little gap between the image and the side. And that just bugs me. Oh, see, at the normal resolution, it's fine though. It's like only when you zoom in, right there, 125. See, 150 goes away. I don't know, okay. Forget it. I'm just going to leave it be. Alright, so we have that. So really, the main thing to replicate now is going to be our clone button, because that's important. Our edit button, and our delete button, because right now, we don't have any of those buttons. Not at all. So we're going to need to implement all of them. I don't really like them sitting right here. So I may put them like beneath this here. I should probably, increase the size on this because I feel like that is important. It should be a little bigger. I wonder if I should change the color of that too to make it stand out a little more, the username. Ooh, it's almost 11:30. All right, well, I think I'm going to get off of here. But Kim, thanks for joining me, and I'll be tweeting out on my account and the Forge Recipes account next time I'm working on Forge Recipes. At the very least, I'll be tweeting out on my account next time I'm streaming, which I'm going to try to do once a week based on, I don't know if you saw, but I started a blog. Well, I was blogging on Medium, but I moved them over here, and it's one of my goals is to stream a live coding session once a week. So, um, yeah. So hopefully, at the very least, it'll be next week sometime. But I might try to do more than once a week if I'm working on some stuff that I can share. And yeah, feel like logging on. So thanks for joining me, man, and I'll catch you later. Yeah, have a good night.